は、岸さん、ボツワナですかね。
そうですね。ちょっとここからアフリカの、方々っていう感じで、
う
は
ん。
い。今までヨーロッパだったり中国だった
はい。
りという視点でしたが、
はい。
ここからちょっとアフリカに入っていきたいなっていうふうに思います。で、トップバッターはボツワナから、今もボツワナにいらっしゃいます、ハミさん。ああ、車の
おー、
中で。
ハミさん。
ハロー。
あの
Hello, how
ハ
are
ミさん、
you?
うん。ハミさんは日本にね、留学経験を持ってらっしゃるんですけれども、なんかやっぱりこう、日本に留学してきて、日本の女性たちのことをどういうふうに感じたのかなっていうのを、じゃあここからはですね、通訳は相良優子さん。優子さん。
Yes. So how did you feel that whenever you were in Japan, that was it any differences between female and male in Japan?
Thank you for having me. Um, okay, I like Japan, and everyone who knows me knows how I really like Japan. But of course, being a gender activist and staying in Japan, I got to realize a lot of gender issues between my country and Japan, and also between me being a Africa Women in Sport representative in the International Women in Sport group. So I represent Africa. So when I compare Africa and Japan, yes, I saw the difference in there.
Right. ありがとうございます。Thank you so much. 日本はね、大好
Yeah.
きですよ。いろんなね、日本のね、いいところ知ってますよ。でも、日本でジェンダーギャップというか、その男女格差、男女の違いみたいなものを感じました。もちろん私の国でもそういうものを感じてまして、私はアフリカを代表して今お話ししてるんですけど、You said about it, the name of the organization or some, right?
Yeah, yes, I'm the Africa representative in the International Working Group on Women in Sport.
International
日
group.
本語で言うと国際女性
IWG,
IWG。はい。
yes.
はい。の代表として発言させていただきました。Go ahead. じゃあどうぞ続けて。
I should go ahead?
Sure.
Okay, all right. The difference that I saw was mainly from the male-dominated management. When you look at Japan, most of the positions, the high-level positions, are mostly held by men, and women are doing the other jobs in like secretarial jobs, and they are more domestic than men. So that's what I saw. But it's not different from Africa. It's actually similar to Africa, because even in sports in Africa, even in a job, in a work environment, you find that we have a male-dominated kind of management as well in Africa. And if you compare to Europe, you find that some of the countries in Europe do have the challenge, but they're also trying hard to make sure that they balance that. And another thing would be that will then also lead to pay gap. There's a pay gap between women and men in my country, in Japan, and in other African countries. And another thing that I feel is
Okay,
the most
can I translate?
okay, no
は
problem.
い、私が思うには、日本で感じたことはですね、職場ですね、そのマネージメントの仕方、例えば会社の上層部の人たちっていうのは男性ばっかりで、秘書とか、そういったこと、下のことに関しては女性がやってるというイメージがありました。でもこれはアフリカでも私の国でも同じでですね、スポーツでも職場でもそういったことが行われています。例えばヨーロッパと比べるとまだまだですね、アフリカの女性、日本の女性っていうのは挑戦することがたくさんあってですね、バランスを取ることが大切だと、格差があるというふうに日本でもアフリカでも感じました。Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and I think I heard, I'm not Japanese, but I heard a little bit when you talked about the gender gap index. And I know Japan is in 2021, Japan was ranked 120 out of 156 in the gender index tab. And my country, Botswana, we are at 71. And we have two countries in the top 10, Namibia and Rwanda, and then South Africa and Burundi in the top 15. And I think mainly the issue between Japan and other countries who are ranking lower in the gender gap is because of the culture, because of the persistent gender roles. Having stayed in Japan for this long, I've realized Japanese are more inclined to push gender role, that women are supposed to do this, men are supposed to do this, and that alone is making a difficulty in attaining the gender equality and the culture in Japan. When I got in Japan, I told everyone that the Japanese culture and my country are very similar. We believe too much in respect of the authority. We believe too much in the obedience. So because of that, we tend to be too apologetic. Even when we want to handle the gender issues, we are too apologetic around that, and we don't even want our culture to be sort of be bad in any way. When our cultures are already bad, we don't want that to be said out, especially when issues of sexual harassment has happened. I'll give you an example before you translate.
Hold on.
Okay, all right.
Okay, thanks. Too much. Thank you. 今おっしゃったことはですね、私、日本人じゃないけども、日本のことを申し上げると、2021年に出たジェンダーギャップ指数、男女格差指数、世界経済フォーラムから出ているもの、日本は120位でした。で、私の国、ナミビアはですね、6位ですね。で、ルワンダは7位です。で、その原因というのは文化的なことが原因だと思います。例えば女性、男性の性の役割、があって、女性はこうすべき、男性はこうすべきっていうのがあって、その女性は男性のサポート側に回るというような習慣がある、それが原因じゃないかなと思います。私の国と日本は似ているところがあって、上の人を敬う、それはいいんですけども、ちょっと神を大切にしすぎというかですね、決まりきったことをやっていくというところがあって、そこのバランスを取るのが必要じゃないかなと思います。例えばですね、性的嫌がらせについてこれから話そうと思うんですけども、OK, go ahead.
Okay, no, I was wanted to give an example of what happened when I was in class. We had one lecturer, a Japanese lecturer, who was supposed to teach us about gender issues, and she was supposed to talk about sexual harassment in sports in Japan. So before she could start saying that, she started telling us, this topic we are going to talk about is very sensitive. I don't know how to start it. We are so sorry in Japan, we don't like that. And I actually said to her, if you are this apologetic and you are a professor and you don't want to discuss sexual harassment issues, let's think about those people who have been affected already. They won't even be able to come to you because they already know that you think this is a very sensitive topic. So we need to be not apologetic and be too much into cultural issues so that we don't want our countries to be painted with a dirty brush. Already women are on the negative side. So let's open up and be able to have a lot of discussions like this one, so that women can be free to say whatever issues that they are experiencing. But if you are not able to, because of the cultural issues, because women are expected to be obedient, to be apologetic, then we are not going to be able to have a lot of women playing sport. Currently, I know Japan, there's around 27.5 women playing sport in Japan. It's around the same number in my country. Only 24% of women are playing sport. And out of that, 9.4 are in the executive positions in Japan. In my country, it's 19.5%. So when you look at that, it's actually low. Both of them are very low, mainly because if you don't have women in these structures, then no one is going to talk for women, because you don't have women leading in the structures.
Okay. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
あとですね、例えば私こういったことがありましたよ。大学で。So you said that you made a presentation, or somebody, a Japanese lady made a presentation.
Yeah, a Japanese lady was
Okay, got it. 例えば女性がですね、大学で発表することがあって、今からですね、性的嫌がらせについて、セクシャルハラスメントに話したいと思うんですけども、でもこのことはとても繊細なことなので、この公的な場で皆さんのいらっしゃる場でこの話を話していいかどうかと、女性のその発表者が言い出したこと自体が、この男女の格差があることを女性が発表するということは恥ずかしいこと、申し訳ないことっていう、こんなことって、その雰囲気自体に私は文化の違いを感じました。なので、その女性はいつも否定的な側ではなくて、自分が言いたいことを自分でオープンに世の中に言えるような、そういう環境ができればいいなというふうに思いました。これは私はセクシャルハラスメントのことで、その発表自体もそうだし、その周りにある、なんていうのかな。のこと、その周りにあること自体もそれを感じたので、私はこれを言いたいと思いました。And then you mentioned about a percentage. Sorry, I didn't catch it at the end of your speech. Could you say it again a little bit? Shortly?
No, I was just saying, because we have 27.5% of women that low playing sport, and only 9.4% of women in the executive roles, then it means that we don't have a lot of women in the decision-making roles who can speak for women in sports in Japan. So we need to be able to increase those numbers in the leadership so that they can talk for women and women should see that.
All right. So that you mentioned about the decision-making part of the women is lower. You said that 20% you said, so what did you say?
Yeah, 27.5 is the total number of women playing sports in Japan.
Okay.
But
Okay, got it.
9.4 is people leading sports in Japan, women leading sports, yes.
はい、日本ではスポーツをしている人で実際に決定権があるのは男性の方がずっと多いわけですね。男性と女性と比べて 25% って言ってるのかな、ごめんなさいね。女性の、選手が断然少ないです。それから意思決定の方も男性が 90% を占めるということがあるので、この辺が改善されていけば、スポーツの中での女性の活躍の幅も広がるのではないかと思います。
Thank you.
Thank you, Hani-san.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.